Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this week's market analysis class, Monday, the 21st of August. Before I get started, as always, please understand that any advice in today's session is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Okay, let's have a look at what we have coming up this week. It is a slower week in terms of data that is due, that is majorly impacting on the market. If I do a little recap on sort of what's happened last week, I think last week the flavor of the week was really all about risk aversion. So there was a lot of talks between the US and the North Korea incident. So there's a lot of risk aversion. We saw the volatility index increase to really extreme high levels, which basically as the name suggests, it's an indicator of volatility in the market. The S&P 500 dropped its biggest drop in 3 months on a single day last week as well. US dollar had a mixed performance against the major currencies. Whilst it did well against currencies like the pound, it didn't do so well against the Japanese yen, which is seen as more as an indicator on the relationships with the North Korea situation. So that's pretty much what's happened this week. There's no major data that is due to, I guess, really impact the market. I'll go through what is available and sort of where we can and may find our opportunities. If we start off with the US, we have, I guess, on Thursday, the crude oil inventories. That's really more applicable for the CAD than anything else, but that's there. We've got unemployment claims later on the Thursday, the core durable goods order, and we have Miss Yellen will be speaking. Now, the latest retail sales that we had from the US were stronger than expected. It all seems like a distant memory at this point because of everything else that's happened, but they are still supportive of everything that the Fed Reserve has been speaking about, which would support their plans of a further rate increase. Now, when that will it happen in September? Let's see what she says, what Miss Yellen says on Saturday morning, so to speak, or Friday night. It depends how you view that. And it may give us a little bit more of an indicator. So that's pretty much what we have from the US. From Europe, we have Mr. Draghi will be speaking on Wednesday and Saturday, just before the market closes as well. And there's no other major data actual releases from Europe. That's the highlight. And in the UK, we have the GDP numbers, the second quarter estimates on Thursday. I believe based on the data that is coming and that is available for us, it's probably going to be the Euro USD, which is the currency that will be impacted the most by this. So please take note of that. All right, now also just a reminder that all the times that I am showing you are in my local time, which is Australian Eastern Standard Time. Okay, all right, before we get going, let us recap. The trading challenge is over. Our 20 trades have triggered. Unfortunately, got stopped out on the last 2 trades, but here are the results for all to see. Method 1, which was straight out 2-to-1 ratio. So there was a couple of trades that we put a little note and we exited early. Okay, and I've highlighted them for us to see. There were reasons for that, but I won't go into that right now. They are listed on the website if you want to read into it. The net result from the 20 trades based on this method was a total profit of 965. Okay, and interestingly, this only gave us a 45% win ratio. So we actually got more losing trades than winning trades. Now, because we're trading at a 2-to-1 ratio, it was still a net profitable result. Now, this is probably one of the worst results that I've in terms of straight out percentage wins that I've had from a trading challenge, but nevertheless, that's what it happened, and that's what the market gave us. Okay, so on the plus side, remember the purpose of the trading challenge was to take a psychological lesson, give yourself an opportunity to trade what you've been learning and see if basically trading is going to be something that you are compatible with. So the net result is positive, so we've got to be happy about that. Okay, based on method 2, where method 2 was we were closing half of the trade when we reached T1 level and moving it to break even, and then we were waiting for the second target to hit. Based on that method, the result was a little bit worse, so we got 750 as a net profit, but the win ratio was actually higher, was 55% the win ratio. So there you have it. I've given you, it's the same trades, but exiting with 2 different styles. It's just really aimed to give you an opportunity to understand psychologically what they can and cannot mean for you and to practice, and then you make your own conclusions on what's more comfortable for you, or introduce your own. Okay, all right, let me bring my trading charts forward. Any questions that you may have gathered throughout the week, please type them in as we go along. Let's analyze the markets and let's see what we can make of what's currently happening. All right, Aussie dollar. Okay, Aussie dollar, if I zoom in even a little bit more, there was a body engulfing set up on those 2 candles over there, but we've missed that. I kind of have to sit this out because that would have been a trade setup, these 2 candles here. So it's gone away from us now, and based on the bigger picture, if we're looking right out here, typically when we get a breakout of a triangle like this is kind of what you can expect as a target. So, and that's still a little bit above there. This has pulled back and it looks like it may kick on. So that's the probability, the higher probability outcome. But we've missed it, so we cannot do nothing on this one. Is anybody long Aussie dollar right now? Did anybody take this trade? Can I get a show of hands? If there's anybody that saw this body engulfing candle and took that trade. No one? Okay. The body engulfing is a little bit more advanced one that we don't typically, I don't mention it as often, should I say. But nevertheless, it is one of the price action reversal patterns that we look for when they occur in the right spot, and this is definitely in the right spot. All right. Okay, so Aussie dollar right now, the plan is, look, 1 or 2 things could happen. If we are about to change direction and head downwards, what may happen is this. You could get this, and what we'll look for is we need to break that low. If we break it, then when we pull back up, then at that point, you look for your price action and you could attempt to trade in that direction. Okay, but before you look for this one, you would want to see a break below here. By the time it does break down, you'll probably notice that the moving averages would have crossed over themselves as well, and then that would line it up and ready to go. That would be the first time. Now, that's probably not going to happen all in 1 week. Well, I don't think so. All right, so, but that's something to look out for. The alternative is some of us may already be on this trade in this direction, and then what you're looking for is a breakthrough there will really see open up the 80s for us and accelerate into that direction. Okay, so those are the 2 scenarios. Other than that, there's nothing more that I can say about the Aussie dollar. So let me move on and have a look at the Euro USD. Okay, Euro USD, if you can notice, there's a trade already on my account. Did anybody watch the daily call this morning? If you watched the daily call, I spoke about that this looks like we are in trend in this direction, okay, which basically means when I zoom in, if you have a look over here, if we're in trend, the market's come up, coming down, and here you go. Nice inside candle situation. So if it breaks that top, and that's where my green line is, then I want to buy. If it comes down and breaks the bottom there, then I come back and I cancel out my order. Okay, and if you can see, let me zoom out again a little bit, you'll notice that this is my stop, so this distance, okay, and this is my T2 distance, which is twice as big as my stop distance. All right, so Euro USD, I'm already in the trade, and I've taken a trade. 0.17 equates to a $250 risk for me. All right, so if anybody likes it, I've already placed it, so you can, I'm sure everybody knows how to place it if they're interested in placing it. I haven't been triggered yet, guys, so I'm not in the market yet. It's just a pending order waiting for execution. Okay, so there you have it, Euro USD. We have a pending order on the break of the inside candle on the upside. So we are looking to buy if we break the inside candle on the upside. Okay, let's have a look at the GBP USD. Okay, GBP USD, these are the lines that I've left on my chart from last time. Let me extend. What happens here? Can I catch that? Oh, not really. Wait a sec. Let me see if I can catch it. Oh, what do we think? Is that good enough, guys? Do you think that's I've caught it? So catching it there, I think I'm just touching, and I'm kind of just touching. Are we happy with that? That bottom line? What do we think? We're happy with it? Okay, most of us, no one said no, so okay, so if we're happy with it, let me see if I can try and find the trade in there. So if I'm happy, is this the current trade? This is the current candle right here. Okay, in theory, if you're very aggressive, that already is an engulfing candle over there, which means you could have entered this morning when this candle opened in this direction. All right, is anybody already in this trade right now? Show of hands, is anybody already in this trade right now? Okay, no one. Okay, Marcio is saying that this candle here means uncertainty. It could mean uncertainty, okay, but it's also still an engulfing candle, all right, and it's in the correct spot. So what I'm more interested in, that it's in the correct spot. So let's say if you're not in this already, the other option is, let's do this. Let's wait for this candle to finish. If this candle remains an inside candle, then tomorrow you can place your pending order to break it to head into this direction. Okay, so that's a little bit less aggressive. It'll give us an opportunity to see what happens with this candle. So what could happen is this one could break down here, and then we just basically sit it out and we walk away from it. Okay. All right, so someone is saying, what about if we just place an order right now at the top of that candle, and if we break it, then we buy it? I have never traded it that way, so if that's a method that you like to do, by all means, you can apply your own method. But all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find the price action candle formation. So, and I need, so if, as far as I'm concerned, I I'm justified already to be a buyer. Okay, but I can sense that the room today is a little bit cautious. So let's try and trade it on an inside candle. It's a little bit more reserved. So that means we need to wait for this candle to finish. Let's have a look tomorrow if it remains an inside candle. Okay. The downside is that tomorrow when you wake up, this candle could be up here like that, and then it's already, you've missed a trade. But let's just wait and let's see. All right. So I will highlight this one. It may be my chart of the day tomorrow on the daily call. Okay, so other than that, we can't do anything on the GBP USD. If you are aggressive, you would already be in this trade now. Okay, let's move to gold. Someone is telling me that there's 3 inside candles on a 4-hour chart. Okay, so sorry, I've gone back to the cable. So if I go to 4-hour chart, okay, so if you want to trade it, so we're still on that line, and there's 1, 2, 3 inside candles, so we're just about to break it. So you could justify yourself, if you really wanted to be a buyer, you can jump in on a 4-hour chart. Okay, so but I'm staying to the daily chart, so I will wait it out. Okay, but good observation there, thank you. Gold, let's have a look at gold. Let me extend this line out. Okay, last week I said we're a little bit too far away to try and use this candle. Now this candle has touched it, so I'm happy with it, but I don't have anything I don't have the pattern that I'm looking for to make me a seller. It's a shame because it's a really nice 1, 2, third touch over here, but I'm just going to have to, I'll have to ignore it because I can't use that. Let me just zoom out. Give me 1 second. What's the 4-hour chart saying? Okay, if you're on a 4-hour chart, you could have taken this engulfing candle right there, or you could have taken this inside candle. Either or would have worked for you. Okay, but I'm too late on that one, so I'll keep it on a daily, and I just have to sit this one out, unfortunately. All right, let's move along. Let's have a look at the US yen. Okay, this one's no longer applicable. Let me get rid of it. Okay, this is a pattern that I've seen many times, and I'm actually more interested in the pattern going into this direction. So I'm just gonna, what I really want to see is I want to see a nice candle to give me the momentum into this direction. Okay, this is what I kind of call it like a bouncing ball. Like it goes bang, it might bounce one more time, and then go through like that. Okay, so I've seen this one many times, and this is just it could give me one more little kick and then bounce through. All right, so just keep an eye on it. Let's see if it plays out for us. But right now I'm not interested in. If you're if you are aggressive, you could possibly look for these 2 candles. See if you get the inside candle to give you a little kick that way, and let's see what happens. But I'll monitor it. I'll see it. I'll check it out. If I like it, I'll call it out as a chart of the day. Okay, but either way, we need to wait for this candle to, the current candle to finish, and it should be ready for us to see tomorrow. Okay, so there you have it. That's US yen. We could possibly get that aggressive bounce, but it's the breaking through one that I'm more interested, purely because of the pattern style. Euro yen. Okay, Euro yen, it looks like the moving averages are just starting to cross. So what we want to look for, we need to clear this level here. So, and then if we do this, then possibly over here would be the first time that you would be looking to try and trade a change of trend. Okay, at the moment we're not there yet, but that's the first thing that I can see that is setting up on this particular chart. All right, so that's the Euro yen. Let's have a look at the Kiwi. Okay, remember, I think it might have been last week I said that the Kiwi to me looks like it could be setting up for a head and shoulder, where that's one shoulder, that's the head, and here comes the second shoulder. So now let's look for it, and then the way that you trade that, when you break that right there, that's where you take the trade. Okay, so let's just see if it sets up. It's very, very symmetrical. It's a really good looking pattern, which basically means possibly a lot of people have seen it, which means massive participation, which equals good momentum, and that's exactly what we basically need. Okay, someone must be newer in the class. I don't know how to pronounce your name, Hewlin. My moving averages are 24 and a 12 exponential moving averages. Okay, so it's a 24. That's my 24 there, and this one there is my 12. Okay, so let's see. There's no trade right there right now, unfortunately. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw the neckline of what I think could be a double top, so that I remember what I'm looking for. Now I can try and probably get it in there somewhere like that. Now, by the way, a neckline can have an angle, right? It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but just try and get it nicely. I think about there looks pretty good. Okay, so what we're looking for is we want this to come down, and when we get to this level here, we're looking for a break of that blue line, and then that's the trade. All right, that would be a double head and shoulder patterns. All right, so there you go. That's Kiwi dollar. Let's have a look at US CAD. Okay, US CAD. It looks like it's resuming the trend. There was no trade in this section here, unfortunately. Let me just zoom in a bit better. Okay, I kind of get the feeling that, let me just draw a line here and let me zoom out. I want to see what's at that level. No, it's a little bit lower. Okay. I would not be surprised if we get a trade opportunity here to go back up a bit as a double bottom. Okay, so I don't know, maybe call this one a little bit of intuition, but this one, just look out for it. Okay, and if you do get, say, a candle formation like this as an example, you can notice that your stop's going to be from your entry, so you could hit your full targets even as high as at a level which is lower than that level, which will also satisfy the bouncy ball kind of feeling. You could go there if it was going to do that. So look out for that one, because that one could work out. All right, so that's the US CAD. Give you label it. Alan, yes, this is a body engulfing, okay, candle right there to go in this direction. I'm too late on it, so that's why I haven't picked it up. Okay, so but yes, well spotted. Oh, you're on that trade. Well done, Alan. So you'd be up a little bit on that trade. It's a nice one. Look, there's a high probability that it will come to this line. Okay, so let's hope that it does. But I'm not on this one only because I'm seeing it just a little bit too late. Okay. Someone asked me what was the neckline value. You can just read it straight off your chart, but let me just do that quickly. Which neckline? It's probably going to be somewhere around about 72.20. It depends. It's going to where it comes down. It's going to move a little bit, but it'll be roughly around about 72.25-ish, somewhere in that vicinity. Okay. All right. I've got two Kiwi charts. Why have I got two Kiwi charts? One of these should be oil. Let me change it. Okay, oil. WTI oil. Okay, that channel is now gone. It did serve us well. So let's get rid of it. I can't really draw a line at the bottom here because it's too far. Okay, the first thing that I naturally want to do is I want to draw one there. So I'll leave that in there somewhere. And I'll look for some kind of price action there, see if I get an opportunity to trade it in the downward direction. Okay. It's the only thing that I can see on this particular chart. But what I do like about this chart, that it's got these nice movements. Okay. If you see a chart that's doing this kind of activity, they're the ones that you really like to trade. All right. So I'm liking that aspect of this chart. So I'm going to leave that line there and let's see what happens as I approach it. Okay. All right, I think I've covered everything. If you have any questions, please type it in. Let me just go back and summarize. Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, I forgot what I said about the Aussie dollar. So some of you may be on the body engulfing. Otherwise, it could be you could wait for that one to play out, or if there's a change of direction in the downward direction. Okay, so we're looking for those two things. Euro USD, we have placed a pending order on the break on the inside candle as a buy. GBP USD, we have, if anybody's aggressive, there's already an engulfing candle on a rising wedge formation, or you can wait till tomorrow for see if we can get the inside candle to possibly take the trade up. Gold, we've identified this top level here, but there's no price action to support a trade for us, so we need to hang tight. Let's see if something else shows up. Let me get rid of this line. I do not need that one anymore. US yen, I get the feeling this one might be the bouncy ball kind of pattern, but let's wait out and see. But you could have an inside candle to go up one more time off this level that I've highlighted here. Euro yen, it looks probable that it may change direction. Let's see if it plays out. Kiwi dollar, the head and shoulders is the best formation that is possibly happening. US CAD, we are waiting for it to come towards this line, and let's see if we get an opportunity. Finally, WTI, we're waiting to see if it meets us at this blue line. Okay, a couple of questions. Give me one moment. Question, should we be more careful with the Kiwi dollar pairs due to the New Zealand elections? Look, in general, the elections, specifically more for countries like Australia and New Zealand, they're not high volatile. The past has shown that not much has happened. Okay, so you need to address how you deal with that type of news in your trading plan. For me personally, I'll still, if I see a trade, I'll trade it, because if the market does move based off that event, those movements are the ones that I'm looking for to help my trade along. So sometimes they stop me out, and that's just bad luck. But sometimes they help the direction of the trade, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. So you need to address that, how whatever your comfort level is. Okay. Miletus is asking why I don't use other indicators. I actually don't need them. Basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to trade the price action, which is the psychology of the market, how the market is reacting to the movement in price. Okay, so there are other methods that I trade that are indicator based. To be honest, right here, I've only got the moving averages just because I have them on there. They just make me look at the chart a little bit more comfortably, but I don't actually need them at all. So if you want to have a look at some other methods that I work with, whoever has invited you to this class today, just ask them, and they can provide access for you. Okay? Someone's asking me, can I have a look at silver? Sure, let me do that. Silver. Okay, interesting chart, this one. Okay, I don't really know why, but I just want to draw that blue line, all right? And I'm very interested. Does this make a double top somewhere? No, it's going to miss it. Okay. Now, look, actually, this chart, I would not trade this chart. There's nothing that I can see that maybe a rising wedge. Give me 1 second. There's a little rising wedge in there, probably more. Yeah, that's probably the only thing I can see in that one. So if you can find the trade out of that, there you have it. Okay. Can I have a look at the ASX 200? Sure. Give me 1 moment. Where is the ASX 200? Let me find it. I've lost my ASX. Oh, sorry, I've clicked on it. I'm going blind. Okay, here we go. Whoa. Remember how I said at the start of the class today that the volatility index has gone really, really high, and this is a perfect example Okay, so volatility in equities is really high at the moment and has been reflected across. This is untradeable, really. Like, the only good thing is if you're a channel trader or a range trader, you can try and find little opportunities to go this way and then go back and then this way. That's what you'd basically be doing. Okay, but based off that chart, I cannot do anything with that one. Okay, there you go, Andrew. CAD Swiss, let me have a look. CAD Swiss. Okay, this chart is a little bit strange looking to me. I get the feeling it's going to start to narrow in on itself like this. That's my gut feeling, but at the moment it's not playing out anywhere, so there's nothing on this one in particular. Okay. Have a look at the DAX and the FTSE. Let's look at the DAX first. Okay, this is nice. So this is trending down. Very easy to see. So little trades in there like that. That's the kind of trades that I would be looking for. Looking for a trending trade. Okay. The FTSE. Okay, FTSE here. There's probably there could be an opportunity off this bottom level in here. So look out. Try and find some kind of price action in here somewhere. You could possibly get a trade in there. I don't quite understand this question. What will happen if we trade halfway the candle? I'm not 100% sure. I think your question is related to the ASX 200. If we take a trade there, is that what you mean? Oh, halfway before the candle finishes. Well, until the candle finishes, you don't really understand what the psychology of the market was for that day. So, if you basically, I will not trade. I need the confirmation before I take the trade. So I need to wait for the candle to finish. It's just part of the rules. Okay. So what I suggest is have a look at the price action videos and see if that makes sense to you. If you have questions, please feel free to get in contact with us, and I'm more than happy to try and help. Okay. All right. I think we've covered most things, guys. If there's any final questions, I'll take them. Otherwise, we will wrap up. I hope that you all got a satisfactory result from your trading challenge. Hopefully, your trades matched the ones that I broadcasted out. And yeah, it helps in the development of your psychological strength in trading. A couple of comments. My charts look quite clean. Thank you. Look, I've been trading for a very long time, getting close to the 20-year mark now, and I've experimented with many things, and in the end I always come back to clean charts, less indicators, and they're just basically easier to see for me personally. Okay. Hayden's asking, how often do I do the trading challenges? Look, I'm pretty much most of the time we're inside a trading challenge, so I'll take a little break now, and then possibly start another one in a couple of months. But look, I've got a module in the program which is called the Trading Challenge module, which means you can do the challenge whenever you like, and then just follow the steps, and I will help you if you need assistance. Okay, so you don't need to wait. What I find is that a lot of people always wait for me to do it because I broadcast out the trades, so that really what they want to do is they want to copy the trades. And it's not really what the Trading Challenge is about. The Trading Challenge is about you trading your own style, and then just seeing where, identifying your strengths and your weaknesses. And I guess for the newer ones who are not quite confident, it's an opportunity to, yes, see if you're spotting the same trades as myself and trading them with me to build a little bit of confidence. Couple of questions. Could you please go back GBP so I can have a look at the channel lines? Yes. Where is my GBP? There it is. There's my channel lines. That's a daily chart. Okay, I think we'll wrap up. Questions are finishing up, so we'll call it a day. Craig's asking the US dollar, Norwegian kroner. I don't know if we offer that pair. If you right click in the chart in this area and click on show all, I don't know if it's not on there. Look, we constantly review the currency pairs, and the way we basically make a decision on what we offer is based on what clients are actually trading, and also if we can find the liquidity easily in the marketplace to offset the trade. Okay. All right, guys, have a great week. Don't forget to tune in to the daily call every morning. And if you do have any questions, feel free to get in contact with us. I'll speak to you tomorrow on the daily call. Bye for now.